This story is about a boy who knows the world hates him, and when he goes out in the town, people feel disgusted to see him, and a woman tells her daughter not to look at him because he is the corpse scrapper. When corpse scrapper goes to an item's shop, the other customers leave the shop because of him, and when he shows the items he brings to sell, the shop owner sees he bought another load of scrap. The shop owner gives only 3 copper coins to the corpse scrapper for all the items, but he argues that it's only 20% of the market price. The shop owner asks if the corpse scrapper has the right to ask that and calls him flighty. The corpse scrapper lives in a world where there are beings that threaten humanity's life called monsters present, and those who make their living hunting those monsters are called adventurers. Adventurers face monsters daily searching for high rank and high parity materials, and as they defeat their enemies, they gain levels. Even 1 level of difference can make a huge difference in power because, in their world, levels reign supreme. In this world, the corpse scrapper, Alca, an adventurer, remained at level 1 for a long time. Alca goes to the market and buys some leftover bread with the 3 bronze coins from the same shop he goes to daily. The owner gives him a piece of bread and advises Alca to stop being an adventurer, and says perhaps there is something else that suits him better. But Alca thinks it's too late for that as he is the notorious corpse scrapper, and no one would hire someone like him. Alca always dreamed of becoming an adventurer, but when he finally became one, he learned that a curse had been placed on him, which is that he is unable to obtain experience. It's a skill that prevents one from getting experience and defeating an enemy, and Alca continuously failed to gain experience. But he couldn't give up. Alca fought on believing that one day he would be able to level up. But he failed repeatedly and wondered if he was going to stay at level 1 forever. Eventually, Alca ran out of money, and without realizing it, he ended up scrapping the corpses of monsters that other adventurers had killed and became a corpse scrapper. The materials of level 1 have no value, and the only way for him to stay alive is to get scraps from the corpses of high-level monsters. Suddenly, Alca falls on the floor after bumping into Jarig, and he, stepping on his loaf of bread, calls Alca the filthy corpse scrapper of the town. The term corpse scrapper has spread throughout the town, and they hate Alca so much that he thinks it's hard for him to get another job now. Alca wonders why things ended up like this, and he only wants to make his dream come true. But no matter how much they scorn him, he can't stop being a corpse scrapper. If Alca stops, he'll starve to death, so he goes to the goblin's den, which is mainly inhabited by low-level goblins, and he hopes there are corpses that are worth a lot of money. Suddenly, he smells something that has turned rotten, and he sees it's coming from the corpse of a dragon, which looks like it could be over level 200. Alca thinks the piece should be dozens of times higher than he usually makes if it's dragon material, but the valuable parts had already been stripped off. Alca sees the only thing left is the stink bag, an organ found in certain monsters, and it smells so bad that no one wants to open it. While taking it out, Alca feels something inside the stinking bag, so he cuts it open and finds armor in it. Alca gets terrified to feel its energy and thinks he can't handle it, but suddenly, he hears a voice that tells him to wear it. Alca wonders if it's coming from a monster and thinks it's definitely dangerous, so he decides to run. But suddenly, some goblins arrive there. Alca gets worried to see them, and they are all level 1 goblins like him, but he doesn't have any proper equipment. Suddenly, a goblin strikes his sword, making it fall from his hand, and Alca fears he will get killed in a place like this, which makes him wonder if his miserable life is going to end like this. Alca again hears the voice to wear the armor, but he fears the armor is going to take him in and eat him alive anyway. But he decides to wear it because it's much better than being eaten by a bunch of filthy goblins. The willingness to wear the armor is confirmed, and after completing the owner registration, the emergency installation is initiated. Suddenly, the armor gets installed on Alca's body, and a voice says the installation of Abyss armor is complete. Alca asks the armor if it's an ally, to which it replies that the owner's orders are to be obeyed, so Alca decides to trust it. Alca takes out its sword, which is pretty sharp, unlike the ones he used to use, so he starts to cut the goblins in half with just single slashes. Alca feels his body is light, and it feels like it's not his body, so with this, he starts to kill all the goblins and is shocked to think that a level 1 can kill all 5 goblins at once. Suddenly, he sees a mysterious light around him, and his level upgrades 5 times. So the armor confirms the increase in the owner's level and announces the current level is now level 6. Alca can't understand how it's possible because his body is supposed to be incapable of gaining experience, but suddenly a notification appears that the owner of the Abyss armor can use the unique skill level drain, which means by defeating an enemy, he can absorb that enemy's level. Alca understands that his level increases by directly absorbing the level of goblins, and he gets happy that he really leveled up. Alca was desperate earlier, but his body is clearly moving faster just by going up 5 levels. The world seems different to Alca, and he thinks it's thanks to the dead dragon, but suddenly, he realizes if he kills everything in that den, he'll become stronger. Alca thinks that the armor doesn't seem to want to hurt him, so he decides to make the most of it and kill all goblins. Suddenly, a giant goblin appears behind Alca, and he can sense the intimidating presence but thinks there should be nothing but weak goblins in the nest. Suddenly, when Alca looks back, he is shocked to see the goblin legend along with all the level 1 goblins there and wonders why a higher species of goblin is so close to the entrance. Alca wonders if it gets attracted to the rotten smell of the dragon, and suddenly, his armor suggests not fighting the enemy leader because it is level 35. Alca knows this, but he can't run away, so he tries to resist the goblin leader, but it slams Alca into the wall with its attack. Even though Alca can level up, he is unable to match the goblin leader's level and fears if it's like this, then he'll die as a weakling. Alca thought he had become a little strong, but in reality, he believes he is still pathetic. After some while, he manages to escape somehow, but he is still inside the cave and wonders how to get out of there because Goblin Legends underlings block the exit. Alca believes weak should act like weak, so he decides to hide until the goblins are gone. But unfortunately, a level 1 goblin appears there and tries to attack Alca. Suddenly, Alca grabs its head and, smashing it on the wall, kills it, so he absorbs the goblin level, and his own level upgrades to 7. Alca understands if he keeps using the level drain, he could beat the goblin legend. Alca thinks a few minutes ago, he was trying to be a killer, but now things are different, and he'll kill his enemies so he can survive. Alca starts killing the goblins coming his way and absorbs their level as he is aware of the fact that in their world, only the strong win because levels reign above others, and the weak are oppressed just like him. Alca upgrades to level 15. And while going ahead in the cave, he sees 2 paths, but his armor recommends him to check the side path, and when he goes on, he finds the loot the goblins plundered from humans. Alca is shocked to see all the gold and thinks even though most of the goblins are level 1, they are still a serious threat to non-adventurers. Alca thinks he might get something he can use from the loot, and suddenly, he sees a crate, which he opens and finds a lot of bottles, which, according to the armor, are estimated to be recovery potions. Alca plans to take it with him just in case he gets into a fight. But suddenly, when the armor expands the potion slots and deploys it, Alca gets startled to see that some space appears on his belt to store potions. Alca stores all the potions inside it and also wants to take the gold as well but thinks it would hinder him in a fight. For now, Alca's priority is to get out of there alive, and he knows as he has gotten a little stronger too. He believes if he can get out of there in one piece, he'll be able to live a decent life by selling monster materials. When Alca decides to leave, he suddenly hears some noise, and when he looks behind the crates, he sees a girl whose hands and mouth are tied. Alca immediately unties her, and she thanks him for saving her life. This girl, Mill, is from Rackle Village, and when she asks Alca what's his name, Alca tells her his name, and she gets shocked because she knows it's the name of the corpse scrapper. When Alca confirms to her that he is the corpse scrapper, Mill hesitantly says she has heard rumors that Alca is a terrible person. But she realizes it's nothing like the rumors she has heard. Mill is glad he saved her life, and she doesn't think of him as a lowly corpse scrapper because he is her savior. But Alca is amazed because, for so long, he has always wanted to be an adventurer who helps people. Alca tells Mill to come with her because he'll take full responsibility for getting her back to the village. But when she asks if something is wrong, he replies it's nothing. But he feels a little happy. After walking for some while, Alca tells Mill to stay behind the rocks because he feels the goblin's presence, and moreover, it's not just 1 or 2 but a group of goblins. When the goblins appear, Alca sees they are 20 in number, but they are all just level 1 goblins while he is level 15. For Alca, it doesn't matter how many of them are there because he'll turn every one of them into his level, and start chopping those goblins while absorbing their levels. Thanks to the level drain, his attacks are going even faster, and when some goblins try to attack him from behind, he jumps in the air to dodge their attacks. Alca cuts those goblins in half. Meanwhile, his level keeps increasing to 35. After he kills those goblins, Mill asks Alca if she can come out, but he prohibits her because he notices the goblin's leader has appeared. Alca says with the amount of blood he spilled on the goblin leader's brethren, he knew the goblin leader would show up. Now, Alca is at level 35, which is the same as goblins, and he is no longer a weakling who sits back and lets someone beat him. Alca says if the goblin leader thinks it can overpower Alca, then it's a big mistake, and he stabs the goblin leader. But suddenly, more level 1 goblin also arrive there to protect their leader. Alca counts them as 10 in number with their leader still alive, so he thinks he cannot afford to waste his time dealing with its minions. Alca asks Mill for a knife, so she immediately passes a bag of knives to him, which starts to fall from the bag. But Alca immediately starts grabbing them and throwing them at the goblins. While killing the goblins, Alca says the reality is harsh, but thanks to all of them who tried to save their boss. Alca thinks the goblin legend is going to suffer because of the difference in their levels, and after killing the last goblins, he absorbs their levels and upgrades to level 45. Suddenly, the goblin leader tries to stab Alca from behind, but he stops his attack while saying that his level is 45. So the goblin leader is now on the other side of the table. While blocking the attack, Alca thinks his level is supposed to be higher, but he is being pushed away. Suddenly, Alca gets a warning from his armor that the engaged monster is equipped with a bracelet that increases its strength. Alca knows normally, levels don't go up easily, so adventurers often equip themselves with status-enhancing items to raise their fighting power as much as possible. But he never expected monsters would equip them too. In this case, Alca believes it's simple that he has to destroy the bracelet first, but he realizes it's not going to be easy. Alca decides not to hold back and give his all to make sure the power of the strongest is engraved on the goblin leader's big body. Alca starts sparring with his full might with the goblin, and suddenly, he takes out knives from the dead bodies of goblins lying there and throws the knives at their leader, but the leader blocks them with its blade. Suddenly, Alca throws a knife again, and when the goblin leader tries to block the knife, Alca gets close to the goblin and tries to attack from behind. When the goblin turns his arm at the back to stab Alca, he immediately breaks the bracelet the goblin leader is wearing because he was aiming for it from the beginning. The goblin leader is stunned, but Alca is confident because it's time for him to hunt the small fry. At the entrance of the goblin's den, Alca was weak, and the goblin legend stuck fear in him. But now the difference in power between him and the goblin leader is completely reversed. Alca says it's his turn to strike fear in the goblin leader, so he attacks with such force that the goblin leader gets hit in the wall. Alca asks the goblin leader how it feels to be a weak one and tells him not to resent him because he is just trying to survive. By defeating the goblin leader, who was once very strong, Alca will say goodbye to his weak self. The goblin leader tries to punch Alca, but he stabs the goblin leader and kills it. By absorbing its level, Alca becomes more powerful, and he is thankful to the goblin leader for this. The armor confirms the increase in the owner's level, which upgrades Alca's level to 80, and he tells Mill to come out because the danger is over. Meanwhile, Mill is shocked to see Alca defeat the goblin legend and compliments him that he is unbeatable in the place. Alca takes out the goblin legend's large fang, which is a rare item to sell, and he never thought he would see the day when he could get his hands on such a rare piece of material. Mill offers Alca to keep that fang in her pouch, which is like a subspace, and she also puts the goblin leader's blade fragment and cursed bone of inspiration in it. Alca apologizes because she has to keep the material for him, but Mill says it's alright because he saved her life. Alca wonders what they should do now because he collected all the material they could find. Alca realizes he doesn't have to run around anymore and can go back to the village, but if he leaves the goblins alone, they might kidnap another villager, so he asks if Mill could go with him a little longer. Mill doesn't mind, but when she asks where to go, Alca replies he wants to make sure goblins don't kidnap anyone else. Alca decides to hunt every goblin in the den, and after some while, when they return to the town, Alca's level has upgraded to 100. Alca thinks he raised his level too far, but at level 100, he should be able to beat most of the monsters around there. Alca is happy that he is a bona fide adventurer now, but Milla asks what he means because she has never heard of an adventurer in their village with 3 digits. Mill says he is not just an adventurer, he is the top adventurer in their town, and as she mentions it, Alca comes to think that he has been struggling to survive and hasn't looked at others' levels. Absorbing defeated enemies' levels, Mill was surprised when she saw it for the first time, and she was sure, with that level, Alca would become even more vital. When Mill says she'll root for Alca, suddenly Jarig arrives there with his friends and asks what the hell is that black armor Alca is wearing. Jarig and his friends mock that Alca can't raise his level, so he relies on fancy equipment. And Jarig says it won't make a difference even if Alca wears the armor because, in the end, he is level 1. Jarig insults that no matter what equipment Alca wears, he cannot make up for his hopeless level gap. But Alca, in the blink of an eye, puts his knife on Jarig's neck and says he is tired, so he wants Jarig to shut up. Jarig furiously kicks Alca, which pushes back Alca, and when Jarig tries to stab Alca, he makes Jarig's sword fall from his hand. Jarig is shocked that he got defeated, and when Alca, with a fierce look, asks Jarig's friends if they are next, they get terrified and hesitant. Jarig knows his level is 20, so he can't believe how he could lose against a level 1 trash. But when Alca calls him weak because he is only 1/5 of Alca's level, Jarig's friend immediately checks Alca's level. When Jarig checks Alca's level of 100, he gets baffled, and Jarig thinks if this is true, then Alca is a monster. Alca sighs that after the corpse scrapper, he is now titled a monster, even though he wants to be an ordinary adventurer. Suddenly, Jarig disappears from there, and after seeing him and his friends running away, Alca comments they are so quick to run. Nil tells Alca that he is no longer the same as before and he should have confidence in himself. Nil tells Alca to enter the town as the people also need to know that, so they go to the items shop. But when Alca enters the shop, its owner asks what he wants without recognizing Alca because of the armor. When the shop owner recognizes Alca, he says no matter how good Alca makes himself look, if the material he is bringing is junk, then he has no value. Suddenly, when Alca takes out his material and asks if this is junk, the shop owner shockingly asks if it is Goblin Legend's Fang. The shop owner checks that the items are not fake, so he asks where Alca got them from, to which Alca replies he defeated it, but the shop owner doesn't believe him. Alca tells Mill to show other items, and when she does that, Alak asks the shop owner if he is going to buy it or not because he doesn't mind selling it somewhere else. The shop owner is still confused, but he immediately agrees to buy it all because he doesn't get to see quality stuff like this every day. And Alca reminds him to pay him a fair price. From there, they go to the market, and Alca goes to the same bread stall he used to go to previously, and shows the shopkeeper a bag of gold coins. When the shopkeeper asks what it is, Alca proudly tells him that he was finally able to defeat a strong monster on his own and is glad he didn't give up. The shopkeeper emotionally hugs Alca and says he is delighted to see Alca like this. Suddenly, Alca hears some noise and sees some people gathered afar, so he tells his uncle that he'll see him later and heads toward the crowd. Alca instructs Mill to stay where she is, and when he sees 2 giant werewolves trying to attack a girl, he slashes them. Suddenly, a pack of werewolves appears there, and Alca says if they are going to attack this village, they are one day too late because as long as he is there, they will never break through. Each one of the werewolves is level 8, which Alca thinks would have been killed before they got close to the village. Meanwhile, the villagers discuss that Jarig and the others were tasked to take the werewolves out, but they don't know where he and his friends are. Alca remembers that Jarig and his friends ran away because of him, so he thinks that makes him responsible, too. Alca decides to protect the village, and as he knows the level of werewolves is 8, with his level, he can win no matter how many of them there are. But when the werewolves attack the village, he realizes there are many people there who he needs to protect simultaneously, and if doesn't do something they'll kill the people. Suddenly, Alca kills a werewolf trying to attack the boy, and the boy shockingly asks if he is the corpse scrapper, so Alca tells the boy to call him whatever he wants because, at the moment, he has more important things to do than that. Alca is aware he is the one everyone hates, but that's not a reason to abandon others, so he starts killing the werewolves one by one, and the people of the village can't believe that the corpse scrapper is saving them. Finally, when Alca kills the last werewolf and absorbs the levels of all werewolves, his level upgrades to 172. Alca can't understand that his level only increased by 72 because there were 10 werewolves he counted, and if he killed all of them, his level should go up by 80. Alca immediately realizes that there is still one more out there somewhere, and he immediately sees that werewolf on a rooftop, ready to attack a little girl. The werewolf jumps to attack the girl while Alca, standing afar, thinks after raising his level so high if there are still lives, he can't save them. Alca refuses to accept that and wonders if he throws his sword at the werewolf, will he make it because he only has one chance, but he'll make sure he won't miss this one. Alca immediately throws his sword, which stabs through the werewolf's chest, and the girl gets happy to see it's the big brother corpse scrapper who saved her. Alca is glad she is safe, and the little girl thanks him for saving her life, but suddenly, all the villagers surround Alca because they need to talk to him. Alca wonders if they are displeased that the corpse scrapper saved their lives, so he says he is leaving because no one wants to see the face of the corpse scrapper. But suddenly, the villagers request him to wait and thank him for saving their lives. A villager says if Alca thinks of him as being dramatic, then it's okay because Alca put his body on the line, and for that, he appreciates him. Alca is shocked, and the little girl's mother also thanks Alca for rescuing her child. But Alca requests the mother to raise her head because he just wants to save everyone, so he does it. Alca knows his past as a corpse scrapper will never go away, but now he has the power to protect others, so he is determined to be an adventurer, and is going to help protect them. Alca requests them that it would be good if they keep an eye on him because that's all he is asking for now, and leaves. On that day, he was once nothing more than a mere corpse scrapper, but then he became the adventurer who saved the village. The next day, Mill meets Alca, and when she sees he is not wearing his armor, she asks the reason. Suddenly, Alca snaps, the armor appears on his body, and tells Mill he just found out that he could put it on and off in an instant just like this. Mill is amazed to see this, and Alca says it's thanks to the armor he has become a real adventurer. Alca is really fortunate. He found it in the goblin's den and wonders why there was a dead dragon in the first place. But he thinks it doesn't matter now. On the other hand, Jarig and his friends go to the goblin's den, where they see the dragon's dead body. Jarig tells them to stay away from it, but suddenly his friends get attacked by something and die. Jarig gets terrified to see a monstrous eye and wonders what it is, but abruptly, the eye kills him by emitting a beam. Meanwhile, Alca feels something and wonders if it is just his imagination, or if he really feels something strange. A while ago, Jarig and his friends were running after the one-eyed monster while Jarig's level was 20, and his friend's level was 16 and 17. The beast went into the goblin's den, and Jarig thought because they abandoned their mission to take down the werewolves, they got fined a lot of money, and that's why they could not let a lucrative prey escape, so they went inside the dungeon. The monster went inside the dungeon, saw the dragon's dead body there, and after smelling it, the monster got hungry. Meanwhile, Jarig and his friends are also coming after the monster, but they smell something disgusting coming from the monster's dead body. Jarig is shocked to see the one-eyed monster eating the dragon's corpse, and they can sense something weird. After some while, Alca feels something is strange in the air, and it's not his imagination. Alca can sense it's coming from inside the dungeon, and he goes inside, but he feels the rotting smell is getting worse. Alca reaches the location where he found the dragon's body and is shocked to see the giant one-eyed monster holding Jarig's body from his head. The monster slams Jarig's lifeless body into the wall, and Alca is terrified to feel the monster's presence as something overwhelming. Alca feels it's unlike anything he has faced before, but he also is aware that he is level 180 now, and is sure there is no way he can lose with the level he is at now. Alca plans that before the monster makes a move, he'll take it down with a single blow, but suddenly, the armor warns that there is a significant difference between Alca's and the monster's level, so it strongly discourages the battle. Suddenly, the monster firmly punches down Alca, and when the armor suggests checking enemy's status, Alca checks the monster is fallen variant level 200. The armor tells Alca that there is a vital energy surge in the enemy's head, so it recommends immediate evasion. Alca feels he cannot move, but the armor continuously suggests him invasion. Alca immediately wants to move because he thinks if he doesn't, then he'll die. The armor warns Alca the remaining time left in the monster's attack is 10 seconds and starts the countdown. Alca fails to move, so the monster attacks Alca and he feels he is losing consciousness. The monster heads outside the cave, and when Alca wonders what just happened, the armor tells him that the enemy is moving outside of the cave, and it is possible that Alca was considered deceased by it. Alca realizes the monster was misjudged because he was kind of dying, and the armor says there is severe damage to the body, so it recommends the use of potions that Alca has in his possession. Alca takes out the potions he took from the goblin's den, and after drinking them, he immediately gets up. Alca decides to chase the monster as fast as possible because he knows its next target is Rackle Village. Alca is going to leave, but suddenly he hears Jarig call his name and tell him to give all his potions because they'll be wasted on the corpse scrapper. Jarig says as soon as he recovers, he is going to run away because if he leaves the Rackle Village, he should be able to survive, so he yells at Alca to give the potions to him. Jarig tells Alca to hurry up because his mind is going insane, so Alca asks the Abyss armor if Jarig's wounds can be healed using the potions, but the armor says it's impossible because there are too many fatal injuries and no matter what measures are taken, he'll die after a few more minutes of intense pain. Suddenly, Alca asks the armor if level drain can be used to absorb levels from a human. The armor replies it's possible, so Alca tells Jarig he can't be saved. Jarig also knows this, and Alca confesses that he never liked Jarig to the end, but it's sad to say goodbye to him like this. Jarig requests Alca to kill him, so Alca kills him and absorbs Jarig's level, because of which his own level increases to 200. On the other hand, the monster is heading towards the village, but Alca finds it and stabs its hand. Alca starts slashing the monster while saying he can't keep losing to it and gives the monster the advice to eliminate the weak thoroughly. Alca says his level is the same as the monster's, so now they should start the actual fight and warn the monster to watch out better. Alca is mad that even though he didn't like Jarig, he had to kill him with his own hands, so he has never been so furious in his life. The monster tries to attack Alca, but he steps on its shoulder and tries to stab the monster's wing. Alca sees the wing is tougher than it looks because it is not even scratched, and when the monster tries to hypnotize Alca again, he says he won't let it do this again and tries to attack the monster, but the monster uses a feint and kicks him. The monster luxates a tree and hits Alca with it, due to which Alca gets slammed into a rock and gets severely injured. Alca knows their level difference has disappeared, but they are still evenly matched, which means he doesn't have the upper hand. Alca thinks of it as a pain that the monster uses feint to, so after drinking the potion, Alca says it's not over yet and gets up again. Suddenly, the armor detects a strong energy surge and recommends energy evasion. Alca knows this attack can't be stopped, so he dodges the attack and stabs the monster, but the monster tries to block the stab with his wings. However, they get severely injured. Alca is glad he got some damage in, but he notices the monster is looking towards the village and gets worried when the monster jumps up in the air and retreats towards the village. Alca immediately chases after the monster because the town is in danger. Villagers see the monster coming, and suddenly it enters the village and starts destroying the town. The villagers get scared and run to save their lives while Alca rushes to save the town, but the monster attacks him with the beam, which Alca dodges. Alca tries to stab the monster's eye, but the monster blocks his attack with his arm. Alca continues with his attacks to damage the monster's eye, but he fails each time because the monster blocks his attacks. However, Alca is determined to protect his village and is going to stab the monster again, but the monster attacks with a beam from its eye, which Alca barely dodges. Suddenly, the monster punches down Alca and heads towards the villagers, but Alca gets up again and refuses to give up because he knows he is the only one there with the level to fight against this monster. Meanwhile, the monster tries to attack the bread shop owner, who sees the monster as a silly creature trying to strike a small village. The bread shop owner sees the people running away from the town, and he knows even if he runs away, the monster will catch up, so he decides to wait for the hero to arrive. Suddenly, Alca comes there and asks the shopkeeper if he, a ragged adventurer, looks like a hero to him. The shopkeeper says it's true, and as Alca comes to save him, he is a hero, but Alca says he doesn't know if he can win or not, even though he has the same level as the monster. The shopkeeper tells Alca not to be so grim and gives Alca the leftover bread, which is from when Alca was still a corpse scrapper. The shopkeeper says that compared to those days, this situation is nothing, and Alca, while eating the bread, says it sucks, but thanks to it, it gives him courage. Alca thanks the shopkeeper and calls the monster to continue their fight. Alca starts attacking the monster, but it doesn't affect him, and the monster suddenly grabs his arm and throws him away. Alca immediately gets a hold of himself and wonders how to damage the monster, but suddenly, he sees there is a kid near them, and he cannot understand why there is still a kid there. Alca tells the kid to run, but the kid is too scared to move. Unfortunately, the monster jumps near the kid to attack him, but Alca immediately blocks the punch. Alca falls to his knees in pain and tells the kid to run because he can't keep protecting him, but the kid is still terrified. The monster is about to attack again, so Alca tells the kid to show him some courage, and the kid musters up his courage to run. While the kid is running away, the monster completes its energy charge, due to which the armor recommends Alca to immediately withdraw from that location. Alca tells the armor that it's his bad because it looks like he can't run away, and suddenly, he gets hit by the monster's attack. The attack is so strong that it hits Alca with such force due to which a lot of houses get destroyed, and Alca gets severely wounded. Alca realizes the difference in their ability is too great, and the armor recommends him to use the potion because of the heavy damage. But Alca notices that the last potion fell from its holder. Alca sees the potion he dropped when he was blown away, and he wants to grab it, but he has no energy. Alca feels he is drowning and wonders if it's as far as he can go and is unable to protect the village. Alca thinks so long as he can recover, he can still fight and requests someone to lend him a hand. Suddenly, a girl makes him drink the potion, and when he wakes up, he is startled to see her and asks who she is, to which she replies that she is Leela, a village girl who wants to protect the village she was born and raised in and love. Simultaneously, When the monster growls, Alca gets up, saying he must go back to that monster fast. But Leela says she has been watching Alca fighting the monster to protect the village for some time, and knowing he still cares about the village makes her happy. For now, Leela gives Alca her hand and tells him to run away, but Alca says he is the only one in the village who can defeat that monster. Leela says it's even more reason to run because if he gets defeated there, she is sure no one can save the village anymore. Leela suggests until Alca's wounds are fully healed, she thinks he should avoid fighting that monster. Alca realizes she is right, and his whole body also hurts, so it's going to take a while before he can fight at full strength. Suddenly, the monster jumps near them, but Leela takes Alca's hand and retreats for now while the monster also follows them. Leela turns into an alley with Alca, and while they are trying to hide, Alca asks her how she knows his name. Leela replies he is famous in the village, but when he asks if it is because he is famous as a corpse scrapper, she says it's also a reason, but for her, he is a hero. Leela says she was there when the werewolves attacked the village, and that's why she believes if it's him, she is sure he can save the village. Alca promises that he'll save the village, but suddenly they hear a scream, and when they look from where it came, they see a man pulling a girl's hair and telling her to get inside the carriage. The man says he is grateful to the monster because no one can stop them from openly kidnapping people, and it's an excellent time for them to make money. Meanwhile, Alca furiously sees that at a time like this, those guys are kidnapping people. Leela says it's unbelievable, and Alca decides to stop them, so he tells her to wait, but when he looks behind, a man is holding her while putting a knife at her neck. The man tells Alca to follow his orders if he doesn't want Leela hurt, and tells Alca to go in front of the carriage. Alca follows that man's order, and when they go near the carriage, the leader of the kidnappers asks his man if he didn't tell him that they don't need a man. The leader says Leela is beautiful, and while checking her out, he says she is going to sell for a lot of money. Alca gets furious and asks them if they don't have a conscience at a time like this, but the leader shamelessly replies they don't have a conscience, as they came to pillage the village in the first place. The leader tells Alca they are lucky that the kidnappers are not the ones who killed the villagers and told Alca to say what he wants. The leader knows Alca is an adventurer and says it's a shame that no matter how powerful he is, he cannot do anything. The leader tells his kidnappers that it's time and they should hold the girl with care because it would be troublesome if the adventurer made a move. Alca only needs a split second, and if there is an opening, he can save Leela. But while the kidnappers are leaving, suddenly Mill arrives there and tries to stab the kidnapper who is holding Leela, but their leader notices her and warns his man to dodge. The kidnapper dodges the attack, Mill falls, and the kidnapper says she can't beat her, knowing their power difference. Mill replies it's fine because she made an opening for Alca, and suddenly, Alca punches that man down. Alca saves Leela and tells her to step aside while the leader of the kidnappers orders his men to kill the adventurer before he interrupts any further and warns them not to let their guards down. Alca asks the leader if he is sure he wants to fight because Alca will not hold back, but the leader asks if Alca is scared and orders his men to attack. Alca quotes the bald kidnapper from earlier and tells the leader that they can't beat Alca and should know their level difference. Alca kills all the kidnappers and absorbs their levels, but their leader is terrified of Alca because Alca's speed is not the speed of an ordinary adventurer. Alca says, of course, it's not because he is not a typical adventurer and his level is 200. The leader, taking out his sword, tries to stab Alca, but Alca kills him with a single slash and absorbs his level. Alca's level increases from 200 to 250, and the armor notifies Alca that he has reached the maximum level of a human being. Alca is shocked that 250 is the maximum level for a human being, and he had never thought there was a limit for levels. To begin with, he has never heard of an adventurer with levels this high. Suddenly, Leela hugs him and thanks him for saving her life, but Alca says it's only natural that he would save her. Alca says if she didn't give him the potion, he is sure the monster would have killed him, but Leela expresses her emotions that whatever it is, he is still her hero. However, Alca thinks he is still an immature hero, and looking at the dead kidnappers, he says if he lets them live, they'll attack another village. Knowing that he couldn't stop his sword and thinks he couldn't solve the problem without taking lives. Leela tells Alca that he is not wrong, and that because he wielded the sword, everyone is still alive, so he should be proud of himself. When Leela says she'll not allow him to deny himself, Alca thanks her because it's a relief to hear her say that. Meanwhile, Mill arrives, saying she has evacuated all the trapped people, so Alca appreciates her for doing a good job. Mill is glad she could help and says she can't let Alca fight while she just watched, so she says she'll fight with him to the bitter end. Alca says she doesn't need to do that, and after seeing the monster destroying the village, Alca tells them to evacuate from there. The armor informs Alca that now his level is 250, so he can easily overwhelm the enemy monster. Alca is done increasing his level and is now ready to take down that monster. Meanwhile, the monster finds them and, with a huge jump, comes closer to them. Alca thinks it's good timing, so he tells the girls to run away from there while he ends the monster, so the girls immediately leave. Alca apologizes to the monster for running away from it earlier, but now he says he is not running anymore, and it's time to settle this problem. At first, Alca was not even allowed to swing a sword, but then he wielded a sword to live and eventually started wielding a sword to protect those around him. Alca fearlessly walks towards the monster and remembers the people who want him to save their village. Alca tells the monster he should be honored that he will be the first to experience the strength of Alca, who has reached the limit of human growth. The monster furiously screams and rushes to attack Alca, but Alca stabs it, saying its attacks won't work anymore on him. Alca, with a fierce attack, kicks down the monster, but the monster gets up and tries to use the hypnotizing effect on Alca with immense energy. The armor detects energy convergence several times greater than ever before, but Alca thinks he'll be fine as he is now and tells the monster to give up. Alca knows levels are everything in their world, so he believes no matter how hard the monster tries, it can't harm him. The demon uses its full strength to attack Alca with a beam of light but gets shocked to see it doesn't affect Alca even a bit. And Alca tells the monster that it'll never be able to beat him. The monster starts growling loudly, so Alca asks what's wrong and if it is scared now. Alca says it used its strongest power to lay waste to the people of the village, and now it is about to be overwhelmed by an even more robust power, which is nothing more unusual for their world. Alca rushes to attack the monster while it prepares to attack him, but Alca kicks its head down on the ground. The monster again attacks Alca with the beam of light, and Alca says if the monster still wants to do it, he'll teach him to spare, and stops the monster's immensely strong beam with his hand, saying that this is the difference between their powers. Eventually, the monster feels helpless, but after shouting out anger, it tries to punch Alca and starts attacking him with the destructive beam. But Alca dodges all its attacks. Alca jumps up in the air, cuts the monster's arm to end this, and tells the monster to kneel, but the monster abnormally starts throwing the beam in all directions. Alca slashes the monster's stomach, making him fall down, and Alca says the monster has hurt the people of the village, so the monster must pay for it. Finally, Alca stabs the monster's eye, which kills the monster, but the armor fails to absorb the monster's level because Alca has already reached the upper limit of the human level. Suddenly, the new features of the Abyss armor release allow the owner to use level conversion if the owner wishes to reach even greater heights. The armor recommends the owner to make good use of it. The following day, after the death of the fallen variant monster, the villagers start reconstructing their damaged homes and shops. While a man is fixing the rooftop of a shop, he asks another guy to bring the wood to him, but when that guy is bringing wood to him, his foot slips. Suddenly, Alca saves that guy from falling, so that guy thanks Alca by calling him their village hero. In the afternoon, Alca, while spending some alone time, asks his Abyss armor what exactly the level conversion it mentioned. The Abyss armor explains the level conversion as when the user uses it, and he can acquire new epic skills in exchange for their levels. Alca is surprised because he knows epic skills are valuable abilities with various effects, such as increased movement speed, fire resistance, etc. Many of them are a great help to adventurers, and normally, these skills can be acquired at a very low rate after one has accumulated enough experience to level up. But since Alca couldn't gain experience, he had given up on obtaining epic skills. Now, Alca thinks that even though he has to exchange his level for it, he can get valuable skills in return. Alca wonders what in the world is the Abyss armor, and the armor shows him the first skill recommended to be acquired is the level cap breakthrough skill. This skill makes the maximum level limit of all the races unlimited, and the level cost for it is 240. Alca understands it's the amount of levels he must pay to acquire the skill, but now his level is 250, and he'll lose most of his current level, which hurts. But thinking about the future, Alca thinks level cap breakthrough is an absolute must, so he commands the armor to give him the level cap breakthrough. The armor tells him that a statement is needed in the order of the activation word and the name of the skill he wishes to acquire, and tells Alca that the activation word is request skill. Alca chants the request skill and level cap breakthrough words, due to which the armor approves the request and executes the level conversion. Suddenly, Alca feels immense pain in his body, and a large flare of light emits from his chest, after which the Abyss armor notifies him that the payment is received, and the level cap breakthrough is granted to the owner. Alca acquires the skill and feels something in his body as if his very being has been extended. The Armour announces that the owner has surpassed the maximum level of humanity, which means the Armour owner has shifted to the being that transcends humanity. Alca feels a little shy because, from corpse scrapper, that is quite a change of title. On the other hand, an adventurer enters the village because he thinks it is about time, so he comes to check, but he is mad to know someone has already taken down the fallen variant monster. The adventurer is furious because of the waste of his time, but he wonders if there is an adventurer strong enough to defeat that monster in Rackle village. The Armour notifies that with the maximum level being broken through, the 200 levels that were pending to be absorbed will be transferred to the owner. Alca is stunned to remember these are the levels he obtained from killing the fallen variant monster because that day, he was not able to obtain the levels from it. Alca's level again updates to 210, and he gets happy that even though his level has decreased because of level conversion, at least he is not going to lose to some monster around there. Alca thinks with this, maybe he should get more epic skills that cost less, and he knows epic skills are valuable, so he thinks if he gets a lot of them, he can become the one and only strongest adventurer in the world. In that case, he has to plan for the future, but suddenly Leela arrives there and excitedly jumps on her, saying she is looking for him. Leela informs Alca that yesterday, right after he defeated the monster, the whole village was in chaos, and she couldn't find him at all. Alca apologizes because he was helping put out fire yesterday all over the village, but suddenly Mill arrives there and tells Alca that Leela was worried about him the whole time. When Mill says she was worried too, Alca says he is glad the two of them are safe, but Leela gives all its credit to Alca and thanks him for saving their lives. Suddenly, as a thank you gesture, Leela gives Alca a kiss on his cheek, and after confessing that she loves him, Leela runs away from there. Alca and Mill are shocked at what just happened, and suddenly, when the bread shop owner says that spring has finally come to Alca, too, Alca shockingly asks for how long the uncle is standing there. Mill and the uncle tease him, so Alca scolds them to go away, but he can't even imagine someone liking him, and when he wonders what he should do, the Abyss Armour recommends him to show his manliness. Alca gets mad at the Armour because he didn't expect it to tease him, too. A few days later, some adventurers are heading towards Alca's village, and after seeing the village from afar, one of them says the village looks pretty desolate and wonders if they didn't make it in time. Another adventurer with that guy thinks the village has been attacked by another monster because if Blaze Dragon went on a rampage there, the whole village would be gone by now. They decide to go to the village and ask the villagers what happened there because they need to do everything they can to stop the blazing dragon from doing more damage. The leader of those adventurers tells them to follow him, so they all head towards the village while the dragon's dead body in the goblin's den comes back to life. Meanwhile, Alca is hunting monsters in the jungle and is absorbing their levels. In the past few days, Alca has gained new epic skills, and one of them is the permanent poison effect, which costs 200 levels. Through this skill, he uses poison knives, and by hitting the enemy with the knife coated with poison, he can easily defeat small fry enemies. The other skill Alca obtained is increased knife throwing accuracy, and with the two skills, even if Alca loses levels due to level conversion, he can raise his level without having to fight head-on. But the size of the poison knife is that it takes a few hours for the poison to drain the monster's health, but with increased knife throwing accuracy skill, he could easily raise his level even at level 1. Alca absorbs 41 levels after killing some monsters in the jungle and plans to convert these levels into an epic skill. 2. Alca requests a new skill, Increase Poison Effect, which costs him 40 levels. And after obtaining the skill, Alca is happy because it'll help him raise his levels even more efficiently. Suddenly, Alca feels tired because he has got 20 monsters stabbed by his knives at the moment, but he thinks he should be back up to level 200 or so in a few days. Alca decides to head back to the village, but on his way, he sees those adventurers going to his village, so he wonders what's going on. Suddenly, the adventurers and their leader, Ein, whose level is 120, notice Alca and ask Alca if he is an adventurer too, because if so, then he is hoping Alca can help them. But when he sees Alca's level is 1, he says it seems a bit low. Everyone is shocked that this adventurer is only level 1, and Alca is familiar with this reaction. Ein says it looks like Alca just started becoming an adventurer, but when Alca says he has been doing it for years, Ein gets shocked. Another adventurer thinks Alca must be joking that he is level 1, but when Alca gives him a serious look, the guy realizes he is not joking and remembers he has heard rumors of such an adventurer who is famous for being the weakest of the weak, who is called a corpse scrapper. When that guy points to Alca to know if he is the one, Alca asks if, supposing it's him, then what is wrong with that? Everyone gets shocked, and Ein says they are here tasked by the guild with the subjugation request because recent sightings of a certain unusual monster have been reported around that area. When Alca asks about the monster, Ein tells him that it's a black dragon blaze dragon, a powerful monster with a level over 150, and it would take more than a few adventurers to defeat it. Ein tells Alca that this is the reason they formed a team of adventurers with epic skills to take it down, and he is confident they'll definitely defeat the dragon, so he tells Alca to rest assured. Ein remembers he has not introduced himself, so he tells Alca that he is Ein, and Alca tells Ein his name. Ein says he is level 50, so he is sure he can beat the dragon on his own. But Alca is confused because that black dragon he saw in the cave is dead. Suddenly, an adventurer arrives, running there, and worryingly tells Ein that the scouting party has found the blaze dragon. The guy reports that the scouting party is currently leading the blazing dragon towards the meadow, so Ein decides to go where they are now and tells everyone to get ready to fight because the target for their battle has appeared. Simultaneously, Alca notices the level of the adventurers in this subjugation team ranged from level 80 to level 120, and even if they are an elite group with epic skills against a level 150 dragon, there will surely be casualties. Alca is worried, and he can't let them go on as they are, so he tells them to wait and take him with them. Alca remembers that the monsters he stabbed with the poison knife are about to die, and his level should return to around 200. According to Alca, at level 200, he should be able to protect them, but Ein refuses to take him with them because he can't put a level 1 like Alca in danger. Ein tells him to understand, and Alca can also feel the gazes of other adventurers, pointing out that a level 1 like him can't do anything. The adventurers think he is weak, but he has a strong sense of justice, and suddenly, one of them, on behalf of their leader, tells Alca to stay out of this, and they head toward the dragon. Alca gets worried because if he doesn't do something, there will be casualties, but with his current level, it's no wonder they won't take him seriously, and he has no choice but to wait and chase after them later. In the evening, while fighting the dragon for hours, Ein thinks he never thought the dragon would be this strong and realizes it's not a blazing dragon at level 150. It's a disaster level monster, a dragon king who unites the black dragons, a blaze destroyer which is level 300. Seeing some adventurers' casualties, Ein orders the others to retreat because they can't handle this on their own, and they have to call the guild for their help. But suddenly, the dragon stabs Ein with its tail. Meanwhile, Alca, while arriving there, sees the battle has started and notices that this dragon is definitely the corpse back from the goblin's lair. Alca couldn't believe it had regenerated from that state, but it was not the time to think about that, so he rushed to attack the dragon. The dragon gets ready to kill the adventurers with a blaze attack. Still, Alca asks the Abyss Armour how much longer it takes until he can retrieve the levels, to which the Armour replies that there are approximately 30 seconds remaining. Alca worryingly continues to rush towards the battlefield to save the adventurers and hopes to make it on time. Suddenly, the Armour confirms the defeat of the monsters he stabbed, and Alca can see their levels approaching him. As he absorbs their levels, his level reaches 201, and he immediately requests the Flame Nulling skill to stop the dragon's attack. The skill activates, and as the dragon emits the blazing fire, Alca immediately stops it with his hand and saves Ein from burning to death. Alca tells Eren that he could only save one person, but Ein is shocked to see Alca just stop the blaze destroyer's flame breath. The other adventurer asks how they got defeated, but the wheel corpse scrapper is still standing, to which Alca replies it's because he is much stronger than all of them but says his strength can't protect them. As that adventurer is half-baked, Alca apologizes to him, and no matter how strong he gets, lives keep spilling around him. Alca thinks for the sake of all these adventurers he couldn't protect, he'll defeat that dragon right there at the moment. With a roar, the dragon attacks with a blaze of fire, and Ein gets worried, but Alca tells him not to worry and immediately vanishes that flame with the blink of an eye while saying this kind of fireball won't work on him. Ein shockingly asks what in the world Alca is, and when the dragon furiously continues with the flame attacks, Alca knows these flame attacks won't work on him. Still, he realizes that he has lost his level in exchange for flame nullification. Alca wonders how he can defeat this dragon because now his level is 21, and he wonders if there is any way to raise his level. The dragon tries to stab Alca with its claw, and Alca knows the physical attacks are dangerous because he can't take those claws at this level. Suddenly, Alca feels someone arriving from behind him, and with a single hit, that guy cuts off the dragon's neck. Alca is stunned to see that man killed the Blaze Destroyer, and when he asks who this is, the guy says his name is Baldur and only a few like him exist on the entire continent, a Calamity-class adventurer. Alca is shocked, and Ein also says he has never met one in person before, but he knows their strength creates anecdotes, and their exploits create legends. Ein tells Alca that the Calamity-class adventurer is the existence that transcends the boundaries of humanity, the adventurer who reigns supreme above all that they can attain. Alca is shocked to check that Baldur is certainly beyond the limits of humanity because his level is 300, and he possesses level cap breakthrough. Alca thinks it's completely opposite to his no experience gained situation, so he asks if Baldur came to save them. But Baldur refuses, asking Alca by calling him the adventurer in black armor if he doesn't get it that Alca is the one who ruined Baldur's plans. Alca can't understand what plans he is talking about, but Baldur says the villagers were so proud to tell him about it that it was the hero in black armor who defeated the one-eyed monster. Baldur wondered what kind of adventurer Alca was, but he says it turned out he was nothing, just a weakling. Suddenly, the dragon growls, but Baldur, while standing on its head, stabs it and tells it to shut up because he is in the middle of talking. To tell the truth, Baldur says that so long the Blaze Destroyer's core on its chest is not destroyed, it'll keep regenerating. Baldur confesses that he killed it once in the goblin's nest, and hearing this, Alca gets shocked. But when Baldur says he didn't destroy the core, Alca worryingly asks why he would do that. Baldur replies when a monster eats the flesh of Blaze Destroyer, its body structure changes drastically, and they go berserk. Baldur says the Blaze Destroyer is so powerful that it could obliterate an entire village. But Baldur needed something a little weaker, and the fallen variant monster was just what he needed. While laughing, Baldur tells them the reason that he needed the weaker monster to attack the village so he could save it and then take down the culprit again. In that way, Baldur's plan was to have more fame than if he just killed it straight away. Ein is shocked to know that, and Baldur thinks Alca ruined his plan. But Alca is mad that Baldur put everyone in the village at risk for something like that. Baldur believes a calamity class like him looks for fame, gold, and women, that's all. Baldur believes those who have power should live as they please. But Alca tells him it's truly nonsense that for the sake of his desires, he does something cruel. Alca asks if he has any idea how many villagers have been injured and how many adventurers have died because of his greed. Alca, in a fit of fury, orders the Abyss armor to lend him its strength, and by summoning the sword, Alca declares he is going to strike down the Calamity-class adventurer who reigns high above to the depth of the earth. Baldur makes fun of Alca's statement and furiously yells at him to stop spouting nonsense. Baldur emits strong energy waves, due to which Alca realizes that Baldur is level 300, and if he fights him head-on, he'll be one-sidedly obliterated. Alca notices the core of the dragon is on the verge of collapse, and if he can destroy the core and absorb the Blaze Destroyer's level, there is a chance for him to win because the level of the dragon is 300. When Alca asks the Abyss armor if there is any skill he can get now that can destroy the core from a distance, the armor starts searching, which will take a few seconds to complete. Suddenly, Baldur asks why the hell Alca is standing there and tries to stab Alca, but Ein interrupts to stop his attack. However, the attack was strong, and it still injured Alca by blowing him back, due to which Alca's head started to bleed. Alca gets worried about experiencing the blow of a Calamity-class adventurer, and Baldur is mad that he missed the attack. But he is sure next time he won't. Baldur starts walking toward Alca to kill him, but suddenly, the armor completes its search and recommends Alca acquire an explosive weapon, which has a level of 20. The explosive weapon skill will allow Alca to explode his weapon. But Alca thinks even if he blows up his sword, it won't destroy the core from far away, and the armor also doesn't recommend blowing up his own sword. When Alca asks what he should do, Armour reminds him that he owns a poison knife he used to level up, so Alca gets the plan. Seeing Alca get up, Baldur gets furiously, and says, with only one blow, Alca is already a wreck, and there is nothing he can do. Meanwhile, Alca immediately requests the skill micro-explosive weapon. But Baldur can't understand what Alca is trying to do. Alca takes out the poison knives, and by saying that he'll turn the tide with these, he throws them toward the dragon behind Baldur. Baldur strikes some of them down with his sword while saying that a knife with permanent poison is a strange thing Alca got. But if it doesn't hit, it's useless. Alca tells Baldur that he is right, but it's not a problem because those knives are bait to hit the core of the dragon. Suddenly, Alca screams the word detonate, due to which the knife explodes the dragon's core, which kills the dragon, and Alca gets happy that the Blaze Destroyer is dead. Baldur is shocked at what's going on while Alca absorbs the level of the dragon, and when the armor confirms the increase in level, Alca immediately attacks Baldur. Baldur blocks Alca's attack with his sword, and he can't believe Alca's strength has increased so much because he was level 21 a few minutes ago. but Alca says he is level 301. Baldur gets it now and says he has always wondered how Alca destroyed the one-eyed monster, and now he knows it's all thanks to his ability. Suddenly, Baldur hits Alca with a knee kick, making him fall back, but Alca manages to keep himself from being blown away. Baldur says a mere one level doesn't even come close to surpassing the experience of a Calamity class adventurer, and tries to attack Alca. Alca immediately dodges the attack and gets behind Baldur to attack him. Baldur immediately stops Alca's attack with his blade, and Alca furiously says to hell with Baldur's experience. And against the greedy blade of his, Alca is sure he'll never be defeated. But Baldur gets furious that Alca has a lot of nerve ranting and raving in his presence, so he yells at Alca to shut the hell up and activates his epic skill, Manifestation of Tyrant God. Baldur transforms into a mighty state, which worries Alca, and Baldur says it's the true power of a Calamity class adventurer with which he attacks Alca. Baldur dares Alca not to run, but Alca knows if he takes it directly, it's over, so he jumps away from the attack and realizes it's genuinely a tyrant god. Alca thinks if it has come to this, then he has to use his secret thing, which he found while he was looking at the skill exchange list, a particular skill that can only be used once. Alca requests the skill, but Baldur immediately attacks, saying he won't let him use the skill. Suddenly, Ein stops that attack with his shield, but its pressure pushes him back, and he tells Alca that if Baldur had killed the Blaze Destroyer from the beginning, his comrades wouldn't be dead, so he requests Alca to avenge his comrades, and Alca says he'll and requests the skill Curse of Black Armor. Baldur yells at Alca to stop mumbling and attack him, but Alca holds his attack, and Armour reminds Alca that this skill can only be used once, so he asks Alca to reconfirm the conversion request. Alca instantly tells Armour to confirm it, so it confirms the request and notifies that the cost to acquire the requested skill is 1 plus an additional cost, which can be added to the level cost needed to acquire. Alca tells Armour to set the additional level costs at 299, and together with the cost of acquisition, he pays 300. The Armour, confirming his request, executes level conversion, due to which light from the sky falls on Alca, which makes Ein wonder what Alca is. Alca's level reduces to 1, and Baldur can't understand what the hell Alca just did, but he starts laughing to see Alca is level 1 and asks if he did so much for this stupid ability of his. Baldur runs to kill Alca, but Alca tells Baldur that they should fall together, and suddenly the Curse of Black Armor activates, which traps Baldur, and his power starts to drain. Alca tells Baldur that the Curse of Black Armor, for every additional level cost paid, reduces the opponent's level by that paid cost, and the additional cost Alca paid is 299, due to which Baldur's level will be reduced by 299. Alca asks how many levels Baldur thinks he is going to be down to, but Baldur asks if he is joking and requests him to stop and let go of him. Alca tells Baldur that it's simple math, and that with the use of this skill, Baldur and Alca are now at the same level 1. But Baldur yells it's no way possible. Baldur opens his magic window and gets devastated to see his great self is reduced to level 1. Baldur, mad with anger, says that just because Alca made him level 1 doesn't mean he is going to win against him because he is a Calamity class adventurer. And even if he is level 1, he can still beat Alca to a pulp. While he is getting up, suddenly Alca stabs his chest. Alca says in Rackle Village, just a while ago, there was a man called Corpse Scrapper, born unable to gain experience and couldn't level up. Baldur yells at Alca not to mess with him and tries to attack, but Alca dodges it, saying he was level 1 for all his life, and it's too bad that Baldur got the wrong opponent. Alca cuts off Baldur's arm while saying he, the Corpse Scrapper, knows how to fight at level 1 more than anyone else in the world. Baldur, bleeding heavily, yells that he hasn't lost yet, but Alca says it's enough and the battle is over. Baldur tries to pick up his sword and attack Alca, but Alca tells him he can't even keep his composure anymore after striking down his sword. Alca, with multiple stabs, severely injures Baldur. Ein thanks Alca for defeating Baldur, but Alca says he doesn't need to thank him because he couldn't forgive Baldur either and would have fought him even if Alca hadn't asked him to. Besides, Alca says it's not over yet, and suddenly Baldur yells that Alca might have taken his right arm and pushed him this far, which he doesn't like. But he is sure other Calamity class adventurers will soon find out about this. Baldur says if he suddenly disappears, they'll wonder and try to find out what is going on because they are a bunch of peculiar folks. So someone will surely come hunting for Alca. Baldur warns Alca that it's all over for him, but Alca says if a Calamity class adventurer wants to challenge him, he'll just turn the tables on them. Baldur hopes Alca doesn't lose this confidence and realizes he has lost too much blood, so he activates the teleportation item, which Ein knows what it is for, so he tells Alca to finish him immediately. Alca rushes to kill Baldur, but Baldur disappears, saying if Alca fails to die, he'll be the one to kill him next time. Baldur gets away, and Ein worryingly asks what they should do because if they don't do something, Baldur might attack them again. But Alca says it's alright, and they should leave him be because even if Baldur stands in their way, Alca is confident he won't lose. Alca is sad that too many people are killed, and Ein says he'll have to report back to the city. But while Ein is leaving, Alca apologizes to Ein because he has a favor to ask and requests if Ein will listen to him. After some while, Ein asks Alca if he is sure about what he wants, and Alca says he is sure that he'll leave his village with Ein. Ein says back in the meadow, when Alca asked him for a favor, he wondered what kind of favor a strong adventurer like Alca would ask from him. But to think Alca would want him to take him to another town, he had no idea. Being honest, Alca says he would like to continue to be an adventurer in his village, but after this incident, the Calamity class adventurers have their eyes on him, and he is afraid someone like Baldur will come again, so he doesn't want his village to get caught up in it again. Ein understands Alca, and that's why he decided to accept his request. Ein says now that the Blaze Destroyer is no longer a threat. He requested adventurers to be dispatched to deal with the aftermath via magic message, which is a magic stone for communication. Ein says even after Alca leaves, those adventurers will protect the village, and the village will be safe for the time being. Alca thanks Ein, and they head on their way, but meanwhile, Mill is watching them leave, so she immediately runs to inform someone about this. While passing through the market, Alca sees the bread shop is closed, and the uncle is not there. Ein asks if there is someone he wants to say goodbye to and says they can change the date of their departure. But Alca says they don't need to because it'll be hard for him to say goodbye if he meets them. Alca thinks it's not just Uncle. He doesn't want to say goodbye to Mill or Leela either, and he doesn't want anyone else to get hurt because of their involvement with him. While they are about to leave the village, Ein tells Alca that once they leave the village, Alca can't easily turn back and tells him to have no second thoughts. Alca replies he doesn't have, and as he is going to step outside the premises of the village, suddenly, the uncle calls Alca. Alca shockingly looks back at him. Uncle tells him to stop looking gloomy and says he heard by chance that Alca is preparing for a journey, so he bakes some bread for him. When he gives the bread to Alca, Alca apologizes for leaving the village without informing him. But Uncle tells Alca to smile because he is sure there is a good reason for Alca leaving the village. Uncle says he has been watching over him from the beginning, and he wants to see him go with a smile on his face. So Alca, with a smile on his face, says goodbye and leaves. The uncle seems a good person to Ein, to which Alca replies indeed he is, and while eating the bread, he says it tastes delicious. While walking on the way, Ein tells Alca that their destination is the city where his guild is located, the southern administrative city, Daramu. On the other hand, Mill informs Leela that Alca left the village, which saddens her, and Alca is also sad to leave them behind. On their way, Alca and Ein see goblins of level 1 and their leader of level 5 looting a merchant's cart. Alca requests Ein to hold his things for a moment and summons his sword by saying this is just what he needs. Alca wanted to raise his levels before he arrived at the city, and after killing down those goblins, he absorbed their levels. Ein is happy to see Alca fighting and is looking forward to seeing how strong Alca gets. After killing the goblin's leader, Alca and Ein head toward the southern administrative city of Daramu. After some while, they reach Daramu, which is located in the northeast of Rackle village and is the largest city in the southern part of the continent. While walking through the city, Alca sees there are a lot of people, and the atmosphere is much different from Rackle village. Ein tells Alca that it's the biggest city in the area, and in the center of the city, there is the southern branch of the Adventurers Central Management Council, too. There are many guilds operating in this city, and there are also many talented adventurers there, so Ein tells Alca that he won't stand out that much if he is in this city. Ein advises Alca to keep his level down like he is now at level 100, and Alca understands when not needed. He shouldn't raise his level too much. On the way to Daramu, Alca was trying to raise his level as much as he could, but Ein told him not to raise his level much. When Alca asked the reason, Ein told him if he raised his level too high, he'd attract a lot of attention. Ein fears if Alca walks around the city at level 300, the birth of a new Calamity class adventurer will be the talk of the city, and Alca realizes if that happens, other Calamity class adventurers will notice him. Ein fears that, moreover, if they find out that Alca defeated Baldur, depending on who Alca is up against, he could end up fighting in the middle of the city, and many of the Calamity class adventurers are quite problematic, so Ein thinks it's the best to avoid detection if he can. Ein tells Alca that normally, there is no point in adventurers fighting each other because they exist to maintain balance. Alca thinks of Ein as an adventurer he can respect because the other adventurers are often obsessed with money and fame. And even Baldur is like that. Alca hopes he can become an adventurer like Ein because only having a high level is not enough, and he must have the will to match that strength. While walking, when Alca asks where they are going, Ein apologizes. He forgot to tell him that they are going to the Central Management Council to report on the Blaze Destroyer case. Suddenly, Ein becomes quiet, and Alca feels weird. But after going to the council, Ein goes to the main reception desk, where the receptionist asks if he is there to report the completion of his commission. Ein tells her that he has already reported the completion of the commission through the magic stone, so the lady says in that case, she'll prepare the reward money for him. When the lady asks if Ein can tell what commission he completed, Ein tells her it's the commission to kill the Blaze Destroyer in Rackle Village. Everyone in the room, including Alca, is shocked, and when the lady brings the reward gold, she informs that the reward money for the casualties will be divided among the survivors and, therefore, as the only survivor, Ein will receive all the money. Alca was wondering why Ein looked sorrowful, but now he understands the fact that Ein is going to get all the money for his fallen friends is what is tormenting him. Unwillingly, Ein takes the money, so the lady tells him to be careful, but when Alca asks what she means, Ein tells him if his family or friends volunteered to join a strike team and they died, and only the leader of the strike team was able to receive the money. What will Alca think of that leader? Alca understands what Ein is trying to say, and Ein doesn't want to involve him in this. As they leave the council, the relatives of the dead yell at him to give them back the friends he sacrificed, and they call him a coward for escaping on his own. Ein thinks he has the duty to face the anger of the deceased adventurer's family and friends. Ein thinks, as he led the strike team that resulted in the death of all his comrades, that no matter how much he regrets or grieves over it, he won't change the reality. The people demean Ein and blame him for the death of his comrades, but Ein decides he'll accept the responsibility head-on and says he couldn't save a single member of the strike team and let them die. Suddenly, one of the guys there says he doesn't care how sorry Ein is, and as he knows the strike team was made up of the best, he asks Ein how they can be all wiped out by a level 150 Blaze Drivagon. Alca knows the guy is wrong because the one they fought at the meadow was the level 300 Blaze Destroyer, so it's only natural that the strike team couldn't win. Alca tells everyone to hear him and is going to tell that the strike team was fighting the Blaze Destroyer, but Ein stops Alca by thanking him for trying to cover for him. He thinks it's the truth that he let the whole strike team die. Ein believes that if they had retreated immediately and evacuated together with the villagers, the outcome would have been different. Suddenly, an adventurer arrives there asking what nonsense Ein is babbling, and he must have intentionally let the others die so he could keep the reward money to himself. Alca gets shocked and yells at that guy that Ein would never do such a thing. But that guy tells Alca to shut up because he ain't listening to what an outsider has to say. Alca confronts the man that he is not an outsider but an adventurer who fought the level 300 Blaze Destroyer alongside Ein. Everyone is shocked to hear this, and they think if that's true, then just getting out alive is a miracle. But that guy thinks it's nonsense because he checks Alca's level, which is 110, and he hates to admit that Alca has the same level 110 as him. The guy asks, at this level, what kind of a miracle allows him to survive against a level 300 monster, to which Alca replies that there are a lot of things. But that guy laughs at his answer. The guy furiously tells Alca to step aside, but Alca dares him to make him if he can. Suddenly, they both start sparring, and Ein tells Alca to stop because it's all his fault that he failed to save his friends and calls himself a useless leader. Alca, while fighting with that guy, tells Ein that he is not a useless leader and it's true that everyone in the strike team was killed. But it was an accident that no one could have predicted. Alca knows Ein was there for them until the end. Even in the face of an enemy with an overwhelming level of difference, he didn't abandon his friends and run away. Suddenly, Alca makes that guy's sword fall from his hand, and while Ein is crying, Alca asks how can someone who can cry so hard for his dead comrades be a useless leader. Alca emotionally tells Ein that if he decides that he'll take responsibility for the death of the strike team, then he won't object. But to blame himself for all of it without clarifying the misunderstanding around him is wrong. Alca wants everyone to know that Ein was a leader who never ran away, no matter how hopeless the situation was. When Ein asks Alca why he is going so far, Alca says it's because Ein is an adventurer he respects, and that should be a good enough reason. Alca is helping Ein to get up, but suddenly, that guy there runs to stab Alca from behind. and Ein immediately tells Alca to watch out. Suddenly, an intimidating man stops that guy by placing a sword on his neck from attacking Alca and says Ein is finally back. Alca feels that man's intense, intimidating presence and wonders who he is, so Ein introduces him to the man who is the highest authority of his guild, Sword of Salvation, Master Gilly, whose level is 200. Gilly knows Alca is the adventurer who protected Ein from the jet black dragon Emperor Blaze Destroyer. The people there are stunned that it's true the strike team faced something other than just the Blaze Dragon. Gilly knows not only that, but Alca also takes care of that outlaw Baldur. Alca is shocked that Gilly knows everything, and Ein says he needs to be thorough in reporting the commission, so he has informed the Central Management Council and Master Gilly about Baldur, and it's a fact that Baldur drove the Blaze Destroyer to the brink of death, but ultimately given Alca is the one who destroyed the core and Baldur's malignant intent, so the reward money was paid to them. Gilly tells them that for the past few days, he has been away from Daramu to take down a monster in a faraway place, and he received Ein's report through the magic message while he was there. Gilly said when he returned, he saw a bunch of idiots blaming the survivor without even bothering to find out the details of what happened to the strike team. Gilly addresses the people with grief and regret for the loss of family and friends, and he won't tell them to swallow their pain but tells them that to be an adventurer is to protect at the cost of one's life, and they died doing that. Gilly furiously yells that to place the blame on anyone else is an insult to all those men and women who risk their lives for them. Alca thinks this clears up the misunderstanding, and when he asks Ein if it is right to assume Gilly is on their side, Ein replies it's right, but Gilly is not that soft. Suddenly, Gilly expels Ein from the guild, which shocks Alca, but Ein stays quiet. Gilly says he cleared up the unjustified misunderstanding, but there is no excuse for Ein's lack of competence. Gilly says the incompetent leader who annihilated a strike team, a man with such a label, can't remain in the Sword of Salvation in the Daramu's most powerful guild. Ein is amazed to hear that Ein's guild is this amazing, and Gilly says they have pride as the top guild and is sure Ein is not going to protest his expulsion. Ein says he is not, but there is one thing he would like to ask, if Gilly could accept Alca as a member of the Sword of Salvation. Alca gets baffled, but Ein tells Gilly that Alca is a very promising adventurer, and with the support of the Sword of Salvation, he is sure Alca will grow up to be a great adventurer. Ein says that even if he is expelled, he won't have to worry about Alca's future, but Alca declines the offer, saying that maybe it's inevitable that the Sword of Salvation will expel Ein, and a guild that would cut off its valuable members is not a guild he wants to be a part of. Ein tells Alca to calm down because if he belongs to a guild, he'll receive generous support from various sources, and to stay active as an adventurer for a long time, he must belong to a guild. Alca says if he has to join a guild, he will make one with his own hand. After some while, Ein takes Alca to a place, but Alca doubtfully asks if Ein is sure this is the right place, to which Ein replies that he is sure. Ein tells Alca that this place will be their base for now and it'll be their starting point, so he thanks Alca for taking him into his guild. When Alca declared he would create his own guild, Ein was expelled from his guild, so Alca immediately recruited Ein on the spot. Alca believes he still has a lot to learn from Ein and tells Ein to teach him many things so that he becomes a great adventurer. After going inside, Alca thinks they need to do something about that place first, and Ein says they are not an official guild yet and they don't have any money either, so he is thankful they could borrow some of the remaining reward money. Most of the reward money for defeating the Blaze Destroyer was given to the families of those who died in the battle, apparently. And that's what Ein originally planned to do, but all that remains for them is a few gold coins. Alca starts checking the place, and it's full of dust and debris, but they rent it with that money to become their guild's home base. Alca and Ein get ready for a thorough cleanup, and they start moping the place, but suddenly, Alca slips and falls on the floor. Alca starts laughing and thinks ever since he could use the level drain, all he has done is fight, and thinks sometimes a day like this is not so bad. While they are cleaning, suddenly, Mill and Leela enter the place by banging the door open. Mill furiously asks how Alca can leave them behind, but Alca is shocked to see them there. Meanwhile, some guards of the city announce that there was an emergency, and those who could help should head to the West Gate because a monster had shown up at the West Gate along with the undead. The monster is eating the people alive, which terrifies the guards, so they need help. On the other hand, Mill and Leela are doing their interrogation, which is why Alca leaves without telling them and asks for a full explanation. But Alca is confused. Suddenly, someone bangs on the door, and it's a guy running around the city announcing the urgent call that a large monster has appeared at the West Gate, so any adventurers at hand should rush over immediately. Alca looks at Ein, and he says they should head to the west gate, too, so Alca tells Mel and Leela that he'll give them the full explanation later. Alca tells them to shut up for now, and he'll see them later. After saying that, he gets going as it'll be his first job in the southern administrative city, Deramu. Simultaneously, the guards think it's impossible to see such a large number of monsters suddenly appear at the doorstep of Deramu, and the name of the monster is Proto-Curse with level 210. The adventurer Bill, with level 110, is trying to fight the Curse Bone monster, which has level 20, and he breaks that skeleton with a strong slash, but suddenly, he catches the attention of other Curse Bone monsters. Without caring about their numbers, Bill attacks them and asks another adventurer if Jilly has arrived yet or not, to which that adventurer replies he heard Jilly is on the way. Bill is worried because Jilly is late, and he realizes at this rate, the front line will be destroyed first. Suddenly, Bill sees the monster has appeared on his head, and the monster immediately uses a curse to trap the adventurers there, due to which they cannot move their bodies. Bill realizes the attack doesn't look lethal, but it's a demonic curse. Bill knows it's a powerful kind of curse that starts out as numbness and eventually corrupts the victim's body. Bill can barely feel his body, and seeing a curse bone coming towards him to stab him, Bill wonders if this is his end. But suddenly Alca arrives there and breaks down that curse bone. Alca absorbs its level, and while Ein is fighting other curse bone monsters, Alca tells him that he is going to raise his level. Ein tells Alca to go ahead because, in these circumstances, he doesn't need to hold back, so Alca starts destroying the monsters, and his level reaches 250. Ein tells Alca to leave the mob monsters to him, and he'll be fine on his own, so Alca agrees with him. Suddenly, Alca notices that the bigger monster is a curse-spewing monster, and it has already cursed a lot of the city's adventurers. And now it's the monster's turn to curse his own bad luck. Alca rushes to attack the monster. While Alca is fighting at the west gate, Jilly goes to the east gate of the city because he hears how noisy the east gate is. Jilly came to take a look, and lo and behold, there was a big crowd of monsters there. The monster Proto-Curse level 210 attacks Jilly of level 200 with its curse, but it doesn't affect Jilly, and he says even against a single adventurer, the monster spares no effort. Jilly says it's an admirable attitude worthy of praise, and even the monster is his enemy. But it's a pity no matter how many monsters it gathers, it'll never be a match for him. Jilly activates the epic skill Demons Descend and attacks them, saying their lives will end in 15 seconds. Meanwhile, at the west gate, Alca jumps in the air, cuts off the monster's arm, and continues to stab it. But suddenly, the Curse Bone monsters try to attack him, which he stops with his sword and breaks them. Similarly, when another Curse Bone tries to stab him, Alca grabs its sword and asks if this is its serious attack. Then, it has no power to change the tide of the battle. After breaking that undead, Alca's level upgrades to 290, and when the Proto-Curse monster tries to attack him, Alca dodges all its attacks swiftly. Suddenly, the monster attacks with the curse balls, and Ein warns Alca not to let those balls touch him. But Alca says it's alright because those balls will never reach him. Alca immediately stabs his sword into the ground and creates an energy field around him, which makes Bill wonder if Alca is the same guy he fought the other day. Suddenly, Alca, escaping the curse balls, cuts the monster in half, making it fall, so Alca asks if it is satisfied now that it has cast so many curses. Alca says he doesn't need an answer because no matter how it answers, it is destined to die there. After saying that, Alca is going to stab its head, but suddenly, the monster makes its curse balls rise in the air. Alca says no matter how many times the monster tries, it cannot curse him, but suddenly, the monster moves the direction of the balls towards the city and launches them. Alca gets worried that he let his guard down, so he immediately cuts the head of the monster and sees the curse balls are going to attack Deramu. The city's residents can see the curse balls coming towards the town, and as they start falling, the villagers get terrified. Meanwhile, after absorbing the monster's level, Alca's level reaches 500, and Ein reports to Alca that the situation is pretty bad. Ein explains the curse used by the beast wasn't just an ordinary curse, it's called the demonic curse, a special kind of curse that is difficult to break, and if not adequately treated, it'll paralyze the entire body and kill the person. Ein is sure that many of the Deramu's people are affected by the curse from that attack just now. When Alca asks if there is anyone in Deramu who can break the curse, Ein says a high-level adventurer who specializes in magic can break it. Still, even within the Sword of Salvation Guild, there were only 3 adventurers who were capable enough to do so. Alca gets worried that even the top guild in the city has only 3 people, and Ayn says those 3 are probably the only adventurers in Daramu who can break the curse. Suddenly, 3 adventurers arrive there, running and immediately start breaking the curse. One of them tells adventurer Mina that the condemnation is pretty strong, but he is sure they can break it. Meanwhile, Mina arrives, saying she won't let anyone die, and Ayn says right now, the 3 magicians who can break the curse are present at the west gate of the city, curing the affected adventurers. Ayn is worried because the people in Daramu are in epic need of help, but no adventurer can help them right away. Mina, while breaking the curse, can feel it's mighty, and even if they could break the curse, it would take too long. She realizes these adventurers are not the only ones who need the saving. They still have to save Daramu's people, too. Suddenly, Alca breaks the curse from Bill, which shocks Mina, and Alca thinks if he stands out even more, the troublesome Calamity class adventurers might notice him. Alca knows that well, but he doesn't want to be the kind of adventurer who refuses to help the people he could save because of something trivial. So, a while ago, he requested a skill, and the Armour notified that the level conversion attempt was successful. Alca has acquired a new skill, Curse Breaking Gold, which unleashes a golden bullet that dispels all curses, and it costs 150 levels. Alca's level reduces to 350, and when he asks if he did the right thing, Ayn believes Alca did the right thing. Alca immediately starts breaking the curse from other adventurers by shooting with Curse Breaking Gold, and Mina thinks it's unbelievable that he broke such a powerful curse so quickly. When Mina asks him who he is, Alca says they'll talk later because there are still people suffering in Daramu. And while heading towards the city, he asks if she is not coming along. Mina instantly replies she is coming with them because she has her pride as the top adventurer and joins them. After entering the city, Alca sees the situation is awful, and the curse is spreading throughout the city, so he tells Mina to get started right away, and is ready to save Daramu. Alca asks the Abyss Armour if the preparations are ready, and he requests arms, Wings of Saint, which the Armour accepts and grants permission to access the Holy Sword Wings of the Saint. The Armour completes the preparation to use the arms conversion while Jilly has killed the monsters on the East Gate, and he gets worried to see the city got covered by the demonic curse. Alca starts freeing the people from the curse around the city, and Mina checks if they are alright and is amazed to see the demonic curse is completely gone. Ayn notices that there are too many people affected by it, and at this rate, no matter how hard Alca tries, time will run out before he can save the whole city, and he fears sooner or later there will be casualties. Meanwhile, Alca is trying his best to save the people, but he thinks even after so much effort, only a small part of the city is already free from the curse, so he wonders if there is another way to use the curse breaking gold in a wider area. The Armour comes up with a solution and recommends using arm conversion, a derivative function of level conversion in which, by paying level costs, a specific epic skill's effect can be amplified by using a special weapon. Alca sees the description window and explains that he has to fill the surrounding area with the curse breaking light to break the curse, and it costs 250 levels. The Armour says to obtain a weapon, the following words must be declared in the order that the first activation word is pronounced and then the weapon to be obtained. The activation word is request arms, so Alca tells the Holy Sword to emerge to him and uses arm conversion on the curse breaking gold skill. Alca, using full power, spreads the light around the city to break all the curses, due to which the skill immediately starts freeing the people from the curse. Meanwhile, Ayn and Mina arrive running, and Mina shockingly asks if Alca is holding a holy sword. When Mina surprisingly asks Alca if he is really an adventurer or a saint, Alca replies that he is only an adventurer who did everything in his power to save Daramu. Alca wanted to talk to Ayn about something, and when Ayn asked what it was, Alca said he overdid it in this situation. Alca thinks although it's for the sake of the city, he is worried he has overdone it, and if things continue like this, the whole city will notice him. When Alca worryingly asks what he should do, Ayn thinks they should ask Mina for help. A day later, when the city starts its normal life, people get together outside the council, and when Mina comes outside, everyone gets happy to see that she is the one who saved Daramu from the demonic curse, and they think she is the Golden Saintess. But Mina thinks it's too embarrassing. A little while back, Mina, after leaving the Adventurers Management Council, tells Alca that she reported to them it was she who had dispelled all the demonic curses that covered the city. Alca thanks Mina so he doesn't become the hero who saved Daramu because, at Ayn's suggestion, it was arranged so that Mina was the one who removed the curse from Daramu. Mina reminds Ayn that falsifying the report to the council is not exactly acceptable, due to which Alca apologizes to her. but she says Alca saved everyone in the city, so she has to return the favor. Mina says she'll do the best she can to help them deal with this situation, and Ayn says it's very admirable, and tells Mina that it looks like the people who heard about the Golden Saintess who saved the city have come to see her. Mina requests Ayn not to call her that, but Ayn can't stop himself because he thinks calling her that is very important. When Mina asks what he means, Ayn says since she is already one of the top magician adventurers in the city, there is nothing strange about her being the one who saved the city from the demonic curse. That's why they need a stronger impression. And if they can spread the word to everyone in Daramu that Mina is the Golden Saintess who saved the city, it'll definitely divert their attention from Alca, and for that sake, Ayn says they are going to put on a spectacular performance. When Mina asks what he means by performance because she hasn't heard anything about this, Alca asks if Ayn is sure, to which Ayn replies he is. Ayn plans that with Alca's power, they'll make everyone in the city recognize Mina as the Golden Saintess, which shocks Mina. Grabbing her hand, Ayn walks towards the door and says he wants her to put the golden light that was used to break the curse, but when Mina asks how, Alca explains that he'll shoot a lot of golden bullets on her, and it should give her a golden glow for a while. Mina panics when she realizes she is going to be shot by golden bullets, but Alca clarifies that it's not harmful to humans, so there is no need to worry about that. Alca says if she doesn't like it, they can stop, but Mina says it's okay as she already said she'll do her best to help them, and if it would help Alca, she'll do that. When Alca asks if she is sure, Mina replies she is, so Alca thanks her, and to answer her resolve, he goes all out with the fire of the curse-breaking gold. After that, when she goes out, people shower her with praises, and Ayn asks Alca if he can make the wings fall just a little bit more to the left. But Alca tells him not to be ridiculous because the sword is not meant to be used like that. Alca says he is getting more and more convinced that Ayn is definitely into pranks, to which Ayn, with a smirk, replies who knows. Alca is sure that with this performance, he won't catch the attention of any more troublesome adventurers, but suddenly, Jilly arrives there because he needs to talk to Alca. When Alca asks about what he needs to talk about, Jilly tells him to stop playing innocent, and is sure Alca knows what he means. Jilly knows Alca is the one who saved Daramu from the demonic curse, and he is the real hero. When Alca shockingly asks if Jilly knows, he replies he is not going to deny their methods. Most of the Daramu's citizens would have focused their attention on Mina that way, but it's not going to fool the adventurers who were there at the West Gate. Furthermore, Jilly informs them there were many adventurers belonging to his guild, the Sword of Salvation, who were there. Ayn tells Jilly that it's their concern, and he never expected Jilly to come to see them in person, to which Jilly replies he is not there to condemn them. When Alca asks him what brings him there, Jilly asks if they are aware of what is going on at the East Gate at the time of the uproar. Alca and Ayn shockingly ask what he is talking about, and Jilly says it's understandable if they don't know. And before it became a major problem, he sent a secret team from the Sword of Salvation to handle it. Jilly tells them that at the same time the Proto-Curse attacked the West Gate of Daramu, the East Gate also got attacked by another Proto-Curse army. Alca worryingly asks what the damage is there, but Jilly tells him to relax because he took out the whole army at the East Gate and nobody got hurt. Alca feels good to hear it, but still, as expected of the guild master of the Sword of Salvation, he thinks not even all the adventurers in town combined could defeat the Proto-Curse, and yet Jilly did it all by himself. Suddenly, Jilly says the main point is the simultaneous attack from both East and West. He believes someone has planned it. Alca is shocked to hear this, but Ayn thinks, indeed, there are many unnatural things about these attacks, and Proto-Curse are monsters he has never seen before. Out of curiosity, Ayn asked around among the adventurers who fought alongside them at the West Gate, but not a single one of them knew of the Proto-Curse. Ayn doesn't think it's a monster that lives around Daramu. Besides, it's also strange that such a huge monster suddenly appeared so close to the city. Jilly is suspicious that someone must have summoned it, and that would be the most likely explanation. Alca doesn't know about this thing, so Jilly tells him it means someone either by epic skill or by magic called the Proto-Curse there, which makes Alca understand that someone is really targeting Daramu. Jilly thinks if someone is targeting the city, then they need to strengthen their defenses even more, and that's why he has come to Alca because he needs him to set up his guild as soon as possible. Jilly wants Alca to stand side by side with them, the Sword of Salvation, but Ayn says there are a lot of procedures to go through to establish a guild officially. They still need more time, but Jilly says he has personally made an arrangement with the Central Management Council, and he only asks two things. First, Alca must fight him in person and show him that he is worthy of being a guild master, and second, he must accomplish the difficult task he has set for him. When Jilly asks if Alca can do this, Alca says he can, so they go to the Adventurer Central Management Council combat training area. Jilly says first, they'll fight, and normally they would use training weapons, but such weapons can't measure Alca's true strength. So he says they'll fight with real weapons and tells Alca to come at him with the intent to kill. They both take out their weapons, and Ein gives them a signal to begin. But in a blink of an eye, Jilly comes close to Alca and says he prays his blade doesn't end up killing him. Jilly attacks Alca with his sword, but Alca swiftly stops the attack with his blade and is now at level 100. Looking at the level difference, Alca knows he can't win this test and is sure Jilly also knows that, which means the purpose of the test is not to decide who wins or loses but to see if Alca can fight under the conditions he is right now. Alca decides to show Jilly what he can do and rushes to stab him, but Jilly stops his stab, due to which Alca summons the Holy Sword and uses arm conversion, which shocks Jilly. Alca starts attacking with his full strength, which becomes difficult for Jilly to stop, and he can't believe this kind of attack from a man with a 100 level difference. Alca attacks with his sword, which creates a huge blast that destroys the floor of the training room, and Ein thinks Alca's skill as an adventurer has improved temporarily in a short time. Alca also knows this is the best he can do right now, and due to dust, he wonders if the attack got Jilly. Suddenly, the dust subsides, and Jilly, with a wounded face, thinks if it were not for the level difference, that attack would have been fatal. Jilly calls it marvelous and acknowledges Alca's strength, for which Alca thanks him, and Jilly announces that the next test will be his last attack. Jilly warns Alca to try to survive his attack, and Alca gets worried about his bizarre killing intent. Meanwhile, Ein knows what attack Jilly is about to use, and he can't believe it, but Jilly activates the epic skill, Demon Descend. Jilly, while attacking, warns Alca to resist with all his might because if not, his life will be over in 15 seconds. Alca is ready to stop the attack, but when he wonders what effects it could have, Ein tells Alca that Demon Descend doubles Jilly's level for 15 seconds. This information struck Alca because it meant Jilly's current level was 400. Jilly says his body is boiling, and it has been a long time since he has used this skill to fight against a fellow adventurer. Jilly says under normal circumstances, Alca would have already passed the test by now, but just for 15 seconds, they can humor this older man and his untamed demonic strength. Jilly says Alca has surpassed his expectations by such a margin that he has awakened the demon inside him that longs for a fight to the death. Jilly kicks Alca with such strength that Alca blows outside the building, breaking the wall, and Mina is shocked to see the scene. Jilly tells Alca to take on this onslaught of a might-hungry demon for 10 more seconds and runs towards Alca to slam him down. Alca is falling down, and his mind is hazy, but he sees Leela and Mill and remembers they came storming into his guild's home base. Alca remembers he decided to make a guild to protect the city and gets a hold of himself to stop Jilly's attack. Jilly says, reveling in the wicked demon's ecstasy, he shall feast upon the strongest of foes, and this is the culmination of his grand ambition, the singular purpose of his being. Jilly wants Alca to witness his ultimate strike, demonic black flash, but Alca leaves his sword because he knows he can't beat Jilly in a contest of big moves. So if all he has to do is avoid it, then he has a way. Alca activates the micro-explosions and calls the name of Holy Sword Wings of the Saint to reduce the effect of Jilly's attack. But he gets hit by Jilly's attack and falls on the ground. Alca tells the Abyss Armour to find the epic skill that can retrieve the sword he left behind in the combat training area, and also the epic skill that can repair the wings of saints. The armor discourages the use of level conversion in this situation and clears that increasing level differences with the opponent can't be overlooked. Alca knows this, but he still has to fight, and he needs his swords for that, so the armor confirms the existence of the relevant epic skill, Weapon Recovery and Weapon Repair, which cost 90 levels. Alca requests the skill of Weapon Recovery and Weapon Repair so the Sword of Saint and his own sword appear in his hands, and he dares Jilly to come at him because of his raging deadly blades. He'll slay him. Alca thinks if he can hold out for a few more seconds, the Demon Descend should be over and he can still fight, but suddenly, he faints on the ground, and Jilly tells Alca to get some rest because the promised 15 seconds have already passed. After some while, Alca wakes up in his bed worrying about the test, but suddenly, he sees he is in their base, and Leela is sitting beside him. Leela holds his hand and tells him that she went shopping with Mill, but when she saw him falling from the sky, they were worried. Alca remembers when he saw them while he was falling, and Mill says she is glad to see he is alright, but what he did really shocked them. Nina didn't expect him to burst right through the Central Administration Tower Hall, and then suddenly appear above them. Alca apologizes for worrying them, and when he asks about the test, Jilly, standing there, tells him he has passed, and when he loses consciousness, the effects of his demon descent have already worn off. Jilly says that in 15 seconds, where he put everything he had into it, no other adventurer has ever survived with such a minor wound. Alca gets happy to hear this, and Ein tells Jilly that he is sure there is something else to be said. So Jilly says he has deeply reflected upon his actions and the fact he recklessly let his blood boil, and turned into a demon. He sincerely apologizes for it. Ein says he thought Jilly's main goal was to protect the city alongside Alca, but if he made one wrong move, Alca might have lost his life. Jilly feels embarrassed, and Ein tells him to reflect on his behavior, so he says he will. Jilly says Alca has passed the first test, and once he has gotten enough rest, Jilly will give him the rest of the test, which Alca knows is to clear the high difficulty subjugation task. Jilly tells him that in the wilderness east of Daramu, he'll find an underground ruin called the Ancient Witch's Atelier, which was once the lair of a powerful witch, but now it's a den of a monster. When Alca asks what kind of monster is the subjugation target, Jilly replies it's unknown, and this shocks Alca. Mina tells him that in recent years, within the Ancient Witch's Atelier, abnormal magical power has been observed, and as a result of this abnormal magic, monsters have gone berserk and attacked merchants traveling to Daramu. Jilly says even now, the source of the magical power remains a mystery, but it's clear that this is not a natural phenomenon, that there is a monster behind it. Jilly thinks that based on the intensity of the abnormal magic, it's estimated that the level of the monster is 300, which Alca knows is higher than a proto-curse. Jilly warns that the ruin is quite dangerous, and none of the adventurers who have gone there to investigate so far have been able to reach the bottom of it. But if it is Alca, Jilly is confident that he'll bring back positive results. Jilly assigns Alca the task of investigating the Ancient Witch's Atelier and defeating the monster that's causing the abnormal magic. On the other hand, a suspicious man gets the information that there is an intruder in his place, so he gets mad and yells he'll kill them. After getting better, Alca goes to the east wilderness of Daramu along with Ein and Mina, and they reach the underground entrance of their destination, the Ancient Witch's Atelier. Alca asks Mill if she is sure she wants to come with them, to which she replies she is sure, and her current level is 10 as a fledgling adventurer. Mill says so that she could be of help to him, she got herself certified as an adventurer by the Central Administrative Council. Mill confesses that she got to hear the reason he left Rackle Village from Ein, so she thinks he really is a kind person. Mill knows he left the village on his own because he didn't want everyone else to get involved, and she also wants to become strong to be by his side more. Alca tells Mill that the Ancient Witch's Atelier is dangerous and it's not a place for a level 10 like her, but she emotionally complains that he is also level 10. Alca reminds her that he has level drain, but Mill says when she was examined by the Central Administration, they found she has an epic skill too, and unlike Alca, she needs experience to raise her level and take risks to become stronger. Besides, she is sure if it gets dangerous, Alca will protect her and convinces Alca to let her come with them. When Ein asks if they are ready to go, Alca says they are ready, and they all prepare to head inside the Atelier. They enter the first layer of the Atelier, and Mina feels the magic is so dense that it's definitely not a normal ruin. Ein says they need Alca to regain his level before the owner of that abnormal magic power comes out. Ein and Mina are at level 120 while Alca is at level 10, so he thinks if a monster with an estimated level of 300 appears, they'll be wiped out in an instant. Ein was hoping to level up in the wilderness beforehand, but due to a fierce battle with the proto-curse, most of the wild monsters in the area have fled. While they are talking, suddenly, a Vanguard Automata level 50 monster appears, and Alca thinks it dwells here just in time to raise his level. Ein plans to weaken the monsters and suggests Alca focus on the level drain. The monster gets ready to attack them, and Alca gets worried for Ein and Mina, but Ein tells Alca to relax because they are still high-ranking adventurers in Daramu. Ein cuts off the monster's arm while saying that a monster like this is no match for them, and when Mina breaks its other arm using her spell, Ein tells Alca to attack now. Alca rushes to attack the robotic monster, but suddenly it changes its shape, and Alca gets worried because, at this rate, it'll crush him. Nil gets worried because she wants to save Alca, so she takes out her dagger and lends strength from her epic skill Flash Step, Lighting Fang, which allows her to stop the monster from crushing Alca, but her dagger breaks, and she gets blown back with pressure. Alca immediately saves her from falling back and thanks her for helping. Alca gets back into the attacking position, and he never expected the monster's head to change its shape, as he expects from a mechanical puppet. the monster jumps up and tries to smash Alca with its hammerhead. But Alca dodges attacks, asking if it really thinks a hammer this big can actually hit anything. Alca can't land a killing blow because the level difference is too vast, so he wonders how to finish it off. Mina tells Alca that, normally, automation should have a power core under its armor. But when Alca asks how they get through its armor, Ein says it's easy, and that they need to rip it off by sheer force. Ein tells them to get wild for a change, and Mina attacks the monster's head to cover for him, so Ein rips the monster's outer cover to expose its weak points. Ein finds the power core and tells Alca to hurry up, so Alca immediately breaks the core by stabbing it, which destroys the monster, and Alca immediately absorbs its level. Alca's level updates to 60, and he is surprised even if it's a mechanical doll. He still can absorb its level. Mina tells Alca that it's a magic-type monster that controls a mechanical body, and Ein explains that automation can act completely on its own using magic power as its energy source. To make it easier to understand, Ein says it's an artificial creature brought to life using magic. And suddenly, Mill tells everyone to see that 2 new level 50 automations are coming. But Alca is happy because his level is 60, and he can fight properly now. Alca immediately blows the monster with his punch, and by stabbing its core, he reaches level 110. Meanwhile, the other automation tries to smash Alca with its hammer hand, but Alca summons Wings of Saint's Sword to stop the hammer and rip apart the monster. Alca reaches level 160 and notices some attacks coming from behind, but Mina immediately creates a magic shield to protect him and warns him not to let his guard down yet. Suddenly, they see an army of automatons who start firing bullets at them to eliminate the threat. These monsters are assault automations with level 50, and they shower Alca and his friends with bullets, which Mina blocks with her magic shield. She says although each of the automation has a low level, with this many, she thinks they are in trouble. All the assault units get attentive, and their multiple readings confirm that the targets are high level, so they maintain vigilance. Suddenly, Ein sees a way there and tells everyone to take that path, so they start running while the automation also runs after them. Mill gets tired, but Alca tells them to go ahead while he holds the automation, and using arms conversion, he summons his swords and starts ripping apart those automations. Alca tells the mechanical puppets if they think by outnumbering him they can win, then they are very well mistaken. Suddenly, one of the automations gets ready to launch an attack from its core, which Alca says he didn't see coming, but he timely dodges the attack and hides behind the wall. The automation continues simultaneous attacks from their cores, which Alca, while dodging, continues to run, but when he sees his fellows standing on a door, he asks Ein what's wrong and why they are stopping there as the automation is coming. Ein tells Alca to see it's a dead end, which shocks Alca, and as the automation reaches near, Mina creates the magic shield to avoid their attacks. Mina tells everyone to watch out, and suddenly, a large number of automations enter the room they are stuck in, and after surrounding them, they attack simultaneously. Mina can feel they are pushing her, and the automation starts attacking from their cores, which she can't hold for longer. Alca thinks if it has come to this, then he'll force his way in and cut right through, but Ein stops Alca because, at his current level, he won't survive their attacks. While they wonder what to do, suddenly, the magic trap activates on the ground they are standing, which breaks the ground, and they fall. While falling down, Alca notices the floor doesn't just collapse, it's a man-made pit, which also seems like a part of the trap. The automation starts pursuing the intruders, and when one tries to shoot Alca, he cuts its arm and destroys it by slamming it into the pit's wall. Alca can't believe some of them are chasing them this far, and his falling position makes it impossible for him to avoid them properly. Suddenly, Ein tells Alca to free his right hand and instructs Mina to cast her wind magic at him, so she instantly casts a big one, which pushes Ein towards Alca, and Ein grabs Alca's arm and throws him towards the automation. Ein leaves the rest to Alca, and Alca immediately starts slashing the automation in half and absorbing their levels by destroying them. Alca's level reaches 360, and he thinks with a level this high, he should be able to defeat the source of the abnormal magic. Suddenly, Mill tells everyone that the bottom of the pit is coming into view, and Mina says it's her turn to protect them, so she uses magic to absorb the impact of the fall. While they landed safely, Alca made a destructive landing and apologized because since his level increased so rapidly, he couldn't control his power properly. Ein, while laughing, says it looks like they don't have to worry about a lack of strength anymore. Suddenly, Mill asks what that place is because it's too dark to see clearly, but shockingly, the lights fire up in that place automatically. Meanwhile, the suspicious man from earlier appears there, saying he'll kill the intruders, but Alca, seeing its body, wonders if it's an automation. Ein tells everyone to be careful because it's not normal automation. And meanwhile, the automation initiates the annihilation protocol and switches over to mode Velgadia. Ein says there is no doubt that this is the source of the abnormal magic, but he never thought it would be 100 levels higher than they thought. The automation's name is Broken Wisdom, which has a level 400, and it looks like a monstrous creature that runs to attack them.